Hi, welcome. My name is Kristen, and today is day 18 of my carnivore diet. So, I want to jump in right away and talk about what a carnivore diet is. A carnivore diet is animal based protein. So, no plants, no sauces, no carbohydrates like breads and pastas, animal based protein only. So, that includes from red meat, poultry, any type of fish, shellfish, um, pork, okay? Any type of animal based protein, like I said. And with that, also anything that comes from an animal. So, eggs, and some carnivores include cheese. Some don't due to intolerance, but cheese is allowed, and also yogurt, and I think I'm missing something else. Uh, Cream, like heavy whipping cream, is what I use. And for drinking, obviously lots and lots of water, but yes, coffee and tea is allowed. It's not recommended to drink too much of it because of the caffeine. I do have my one cafecito a day, and that is what I've been doing. Some of you may not agree that this is a carnivore diet, but if you do your research, it absolutely is. There's also different forms of what someone thinks a carnivore diet is. So, for example, Dr. Paul Saladino, he eats fruit, he eats um, honey, right? These are things that a lot of carnivores are like, we don't do that. However, he does the carnivore diet and he implements those things. I am not personally doing any of that right now because my challenge to myself for my own personal journey is to start with 30 days. Now, I understand that sometimes 30 days isn't enough for your body to adapt to such a big change. So I've already told myself more than likely I'm going to extend this to 60 days. I might not come in here every day after the 30 days to give you an update, but I will be coming in periodically after that and letting you know how it's going. This includes good days and bad days. And unfortunately, if you've been following my journey from day one, I have had more bad days than good days. This might come off as whining, and it's not that I am whining, but I'm going to be true to myself, and I'm going to be true to anybody who is following my journey. So if you don't like any negativity that's coming out of my mouth because of the way that I feel, because I've been feeling nauseous, because I still have anxiety, then I don't know what to tell you, but that is how I feel. This is about me and my journey. Your journey may be going differently, and I hope that it's going way better than mine is so far. But I have seen small improvements. So, my knee, I was telling you the other day, usually hurt in the middle of the night. That hasn't been hurting. I have the anxiety is a hard one. There's been some days that I really do see a difference. And there's some days like yesterday that I came in for a 2-minute video because I was feeling anxiety all day. This morning I had anxiety all day, and I can't control that. And this is why I am doing the carnivore diet, because I have heard so many success stories on starting the carnivore diet and it helping them on their health journey. Things like anxiety, things like depression, things like IBS. I personally don't have IBS. I have microscopic colitis. I have yet to find anybody who it's really helped. I can't even find any videos on YouTube with anything that really helps microscopic colitis. There's small little tidbits, but nothing pure concrete. So if you do find a video, please tag me. But these are just a few of the things of my health issues, thyroid issues I have, autoimmune disease. And so I have a list. And so, yes, this is what I'm going to be talking about. And I'm going to tell you whether it is, in fact, working for me, or if, in fact, I feel the same, or if it's getting better. I will only be honest here. I am not going to fake it till you make it. That's why it's called my carnivore diet journey, for a reason. It's mine and mine alone. And so I appreciate every one of your comments, positive or negative. Take it as you want. You have a right to say whatever it is that you want to, and I also have a right to express how I am feeling throughout this journey. So now that I've said what I wanted to say, let's dive into my day 17. If you've been following along, like I said, it has not been that great so far. So yesterday, the night before, I had tossed and turned, and one of our Ring cameras went off at 4:30 in the morning. So it took me a really long time to fall asleep. So I was very, very fatigued throughout the day, mostly the morning. After I got up, I felt a little bit better around 8 o'clock, but I was feeling really nauseous. Decided to get my breakfast in and just still fell off after eating my breakfast. Later on for lunch, I had what did I do? I did pork belly with some cheese, and I just couldn't finish it. Felt really heavy. So I finished it later on as my snack because I did get hungry, and I was okay with that and starting to feel a little bit better. Again, my anxiety yesterday was just off the charts. Sadly, just was not feeling my best. For dinner, I wanted something really light. So I did salmon sashimi with probably less than a tablespoon of cream cheese. And that was my meals for the day. My bowel movement was very good in the morning. I was actually even thinking to myself, wow, it's normal. And then I had 2 back-to-back watery. So I don't know if it's all the grease and fat from the pork. So I'm just gonna keep an eye on that. I know that in the past with my microscopic colitis, if I was to eat a really, really oily breakfast sausage, my husband and I, before we were husband and wife, this is how long I've had this, we would go to this diner in downtown that I absolutely loved. And the minute that we would get home, I had to rush upstairs. And that's when it really started, and when I really realized I need to go see a specialist, and when I found out that I had microscopic colitis. So I started to see what foods I can eat and what foods I can't. So with the carnivore diet, it's going to be just really noticing what works for me and what doesn't, because what may work for one person may not work for you. This is absolutely normal in any diet that you do, right? So whether you're doing keto, whether you're doing Mediterranean, whether you're just doing low carb, low fat, whatever it is, one diet for you may not work for others. I've been looking at different videos where people went absolutely vegan because of their IBS, because that's what they were told, and to eat more grains and low fat. And they were just, it wasn't working for them. And then they moved on to carnivore and they're feeling amazing. So I just have to see what works for me. This week, unfortunately, I do have a lot of pork dishes because it's just what we had here at home. But next week, I am definitely going to try to focus on having a little bit more red meat. I know that Dr. Sean Baker recommends for the first 30 days of your journey to really only eat red meat, water, and salt. And I have not been able to do that for my first 30 days because I was beginning to just do red meat, and it just became a lot for me. Just the smell of the red meat was making me feel sick. I just couldn't do it. That's me. So I implemented some sausage, made sure that it just didn't have any added stuff, added sugars. Not the best quality of meat that you really want to eat, but when you're starting off, in my opinion, whatever meat that you can get to start your carnivore diet, go for it. If that's what you can afford, if that's what you can get at your grocery store. And so I did that, and that helped change a little bit of the way that I was feeling. Also implementing chicken and fish. And so next week I'm going to try a little bit more red meat, probably with chicken. I really do enjoy chicken. It's a little bit lighter on my stomach and a little bit easier to digest for me. So let's just see where this goes. But I am feeling a lot better today, minus a little bit of the anxiety. Like I said, even as I talk to you now, I just feel it in my chest. It's like this heavy, heavy pressure. If you had anxiety, you know what I'm talking about. And if you have never had anxiety, then I understand that it may be hard for you to process or to understand how somebody can have anxiety all the time and feel like they're being negative or feel like they're being down. And it's not that we want to be this way. It's that we are this way. And so I am doing the best that I can. I have gone to doctors before, and at one point it was more than likely due to my Graves' disease. And then when my Graves' disease was leveled out due to medication and I was still having anxiety, the doctor just brushed it off as if it can't be your thyroid, but there was no solution. And this is where I've stood for the last 40 years. Less than 40 years, because I didn't have anxiety when I was a baby, but I have had anxiety since I was probably about 8 years old. And that's how far back my anxiety goes. So I will try my best to be as honest as possible on this channel for you, and for you to follow along with my journey. I truly appreciate every one of you that are currently following, and those that are new, and those that hopefully will be clicking that subscribe button today and continuing to follow my journey. I am putting some stuff together. I did my bone broth the other day, so I do want to show you how that came along. I just got to put the video together, and I have some shorts with some food that I put together, nothing too crazy. And the next time that I go to Wild Fork, I definitely want to do a video for you, because we found some goodies there as well, and some not so good stuff. That is why I tell everybody, please read the ingredients. Read the ingredients in your products of whatever it is that you're buying. One thing that we did buy there that I have to share, because the kids ate it yesterday and I had a bite of it, was really, really good, was their chicken meatballs. It's just the spices and no added sugar. So that's absolutely amazing. It's so hard to find a meatball if you have kids that don't have all the crap in it. I hope that you have a great day, and this is my Friday Eve, so I'm super excited because tomorrow the kids don't have school. So I will be in here again tomorrow for day 19. Please make sure to subscribe. Again, my name is Kristen, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you tomorrow.